Hey buddies, about a year ago, I deleted all my social media, and at first it was just supposed to be a little break. It was just supposed to be a little like time to you know, get everything else together. But I just had such a great time that I was like, I'm never gonna go back. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from way back when I didn't have social media. I'll tell you about myself. So before social media, I was super weird and quirky, and like I was the epitome of not caring what people thought of me. It was like kind of bad. Okay, I was just cringe. Okay, long story short, I was cringe. But I was happy. I was really happy with myself, and I never once felt like insecure or anything. I never felt like anybody else was like better than me. I felt like we were all just like one. We're all just like one, you know? Then again, I was like 10 years old when, like, before I had social media. So, you know, I was bound to be different here now at 20 than at 10 years old. So, just wanted to put that out there. I got social media when I think I was like 12. I got an Instagram, and it was just a fun time. It was silly, it was harmless, nothing bad was happening. Everybody was posting pictures like this, like it was fine. It was literally fine. Times are different. The times are different now. We as a society post pictures now, probably because, yeah, they do make us feel good and we're proud of the pictures or whatever, but also because we want to be seen a certain way, or at least me. I want to be seen a certain way. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels that way. I feel like it's become more of a whose life looks the best, whose life looks the funnest. I don't know. I know that's not a word, okay? Nobody's real on social media, and that's just a fact. Nobody is. Because why would they be? Why would they post, you know, pictures of them getting evicted? I don't know why I randomly came up with that. Why would they post pictures of like their downfall? And I feel like we should just know by now that nobody's life is the way it looks. You know, nobody's life is in C1 filter on ViscoCam, okay? I don't know if people still use ViscoCam, but if you know the C1 filter from ViscoCam, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Nobody's life looks like that. Or P5. Nobody's life looks like P5. You go to someone's house, their house does not look like P5. What I'm trying to say is that we should all know by now that that's not the way it is. And we know it. We all know it. But we still let it drive us crazy. We still let it, like, drive us. Just drive us in general. We want to be the people that other people envy. We want to be the people that other people want to be, that other people look up to. And honestly, that just feels like human nature at that point. But I'm sick and tired of trying to be like everybody. You know? I was sick and tired of trying to make my life look like how it wasn't. You know, every time I would go on a trip or something, you know, go somewhere nice, I would not enjoy my time there because I was so busy trying to get the perfect photo, worried about how the way, like, my makeup looked, if my outfit was, like, cool enough. Like, I was so worried about these things that I didn't enjoy the actual time, that I didn't enjoy my actual trip. I think it's just a waste. I went to Big Bear, and for once, I wasn't, like, freaking out over getting the perfect, like, mountains pick, you know, perfect snow pick, the perfect lake pick. Like, I was just having a good time. You know, it really let me enjoy and appreciate the moment rather than trying to convince everybody else on the internet that I had a really good time. You know, it's like I didn't have to prove anything to anyone. There was nothing to prove because it didn't matter. You know, people don't really care if I'm here or there. Like, they don't. Oh my god, am I Dr. Seuss? People on TikTok especially, I feel like they bring out the worst in you. Do you guys remember that trend where people were like, oh, record yourself walking away from your phone and you'll be humbled real quick? It's like, what? And people were like, oh my god, is that really what my back looks like? Dude, it's your back. It's your back. I don't know, but, and then they'll be like, oh my god, here's this teeth whitening. Oh my god, here's this anti-aging cream. Oh my god, do not even get me started on that anti-aging stuff. Like, I have so much to say about that. People on social media are very obsessed with being beautiful and being perfect. And I think they would put, like, Vaseline on your eyelashes and your eyebrows to make them grow longer, or putting coconut oil in your hair so it can be luscious and long. Putting, I don't know, aloe vera on your face. Here's a perfect Saint Tropez self-tanner. It's always something else. It's always something else. And it's like, when does it end? Spoiler alert, it doesn't. It doesn't end, okay? People just find other things for you to be insecure about. I was so obsessed with being, you know, so beautiful and perfect and jaw-dropping. Everything I did was like so revolved around that. I really wanted to be perfect. And I don't think that's like a, I can see why people would want to be perfect is what I'm trying to say. And when you have an app like TikTok, that's always finding things for you to hate about yourself. It's crazy. I feel like we lose our minds. We lose sleep over things like this. I feel like these things really don't matter. And I feel like since my time off social media, I feel like I matured in realizing the things that do matter and the things that don't. And one of the things that doesn't matter is my physical appearance. Don't get me wrong, I go to the gym all the time. I have been going for around 2 years consistently, and I like it. I like the way it makes me feel, and I like the way I look. But to me, it's like a hobby. You know, even if I didn't look the same, honestly, I feel like I look the same. Yeah, I feel like I look the same, but I'm okay with that. I'm not, you know, devastated, like, oh man, like, I've only made this much progress. Oh my God, another thing that I honestly didn't even think about until now, but since my absence, I feel like I'm finally being de-influenced, and I'm finally buying things and wearing things, even though nobody's gonna see them. I'm buying them because they bring me joy. What's something that I don't really buy anymore? I don't really buy makeup anymore. I'm not obsessed with, you know, cut crease or whatever. I don't know. Don't really hold me on that though, because I change every day. That's another thing. I used to think that I had to like stick to one thing or like find one niche or aesthetic, or oh my God, I hate that. I hate that. That gave me like the biggest headache ever. I was like, what am I? Am I dark academia? Am I like, what do they call it? Indie fairy core? I don't know. And it made me buy so many things. I feel like all the things that I do now and I buy now, since nobody's really seeing it or watching it, I know for a fact that I'm doing it for myself and not for the approval of others, you know? That's something that I really struggled with before. I was like super, like, I needed validation. I feel like it's also made me a more mature person. And by the way, everything that I'm saying is literally just from personal experience. I'm not saying that because you have social media, like, you're insecure and you need validation. That's literally not what I'm saying at all. But that is what the case was for me. When people ask me like, oh, like, what's your Instagram? I'm like, oh, dude, I don't have one. They're like, oh, really? That's weird. Why? I'm like, and I always struggled with answering that just because like there's so many reasons why I didn't even know where to start. I literally don't even know where to start. And it also sounds really aggressive to say like, oh, like, it's bad for you should delete it. So like, I was like, oh, you know, it just wasn't for me. But like, now that I think about it, I think I just wanted to be de-influenced. I was sick and tired of everybody telling me what to do, what to wear. Oh my God, have you guys seen those videos that are like, this is elegant, this is not, or this had to be classy? Oh my God, right now I know old money's like in right now. Oh my God, YouTube Shorts, get away from me. YouTube, if you're watching this, get rid of it. Get rid of it now, or make there be like an option for you to like disable seeing that stuff, because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I want to see full-length videos that are cool. And I'm not saying that 30-second videos aren't cool, but like, I don't want to see street interviews anymore. I don't want to see, oh, this or that, or I don't know. I don't want to see all of that. I don't want to see all of that. I feel like the only way to find out who you really are is to like stop listening to people. Really, I feel like I've gotten to know myself so much more now that I actually have the time to, now that I'm doing things without people seeing it. I'm finally seeing my true colors. It's the best way to put it. I will say probably the one thing that was pretty tough about all this was all the friends that I thought I had kind of didn't have in the first place. There's some people who still haven't even noticed I've been gone. It's pretty crazy. But honestly, I expected that. But in a way, it was also a good thing, because now you really see who actually cares about you, who actually, you know, reached out to you because, you know, they have your phone number, not because they saw your face in a little circle with like a pink ring around it, you know? They were actually thinking about you. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's awesome. It's not technically a bad thing either, because those people who forgot about me, I mean, I haven't really been thinking about them either. It kind of just put everything where it needed to be. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, drifting away from people is not a bad thing. I'm really happy. I'm really content with my decision to delete it, because at first it was so hard. Oh my God, it was day 3 and I was just sitting in my room doing nothing. I didn't know how to live without it. I mean, think about it. I had it for like, what, 9 years? Obviously, I'm not going to know how to react once I'm off of it. In a way, I feel like all of this is pretty like ironic and hypocritical. Is that a word? Hypocritical? I don't know. Because here I am influencing you guys not to be easily influenced by strangers on the internet. It's crazy. It's crazy. And honestly, I don't know what to say about that. Like, you guys caught me. You caught me, man. I guess pick and choose wisely. Choose your circle. Choose your circle carefully. I know I don't know you guys. I don't know who's watching this. I have like 1 subscriber. But if you're thinking about getting rid of social media, I think you should. I mean, I guess everybody has a different experience, their own little unique experience with social media. I think maybe you should just see for yourself. Take a couple days without it. See if that changes anything. Get to know yourself. See if you're a different person than who you thought you were. I don't know. Who's there? Who's underneath all that? Who's underneath all that C1 filter? No, I'm playing. I think it'd be interesting to see if you do find a change. And I think everybody should delete it. That sounds mean. That sounds like I'm telling people what to do. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna say I wish it never existed. I feel like we already consume so much content. And unless you have self-control and willpower to like stop yourself, then they got you. I don't know, I'm being so dramatic. Well, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.